Alrighty guys, welcome back to the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel and Nascar 21. Today we are going to be going through the short tracks. So today we're starting off with Richmond, we're going to go to Bristol, we're going to go to Phoenix, and I forget what the other track is, Martinsville. And we're going to try out all of these tracks for a quick race. And I'm going to tell you what I have found and how best to run these tracks with the physics so far in the game. So we will get to that. We also have a very cool paint scheme that we are in, so get ready for that. It's going to be cool. So let's go to the track. Alrighty guys, we are on board driving the Wright Stander Cabela's Eric Jones paint scheme. And you say, Eric Jones is not sponsored by Cabela's or Wright Stander mowers. I know, but it was a very cool looking paint scheme that I wanted to make and finally got it done. So, there it is, the Wright Stander mower car. Of course, got Richard Petty Motorsports on there as well. Alright, so past the scheme, which we'll look at in depth in replay mode more than likely later on today. But here is how we need to be able to run Richmond. So that's what we're going to look at. So as we're going into this turn, we drop down to the third gear and we get a lot of runoff. So this is, with the short tracks, you are going to need to switch gears to be able to get a good, wanted to be able to keep the car stable. It really does need it, but also just so it's raceable. So you see there, as we go into the turn, we're on the brakes, we switch down to the third gear, and we really do get a really great runoff. So so for me anyways, this has worked out really good. You see the rear end slide out. That's what I want. I want the rear end to slide out just a little bit because that helps the car be pointed in the right direction. So let me get into a rhythm here, but definitely switching, because I'm in automatic. So I am in automatic mode, but what I am doing is the buttons for the manual shifts still work even on automatic, so you can change your gear by yourself, which I have been using. So I kind of have automatic on, but I'm also manually shifting all at the same time. So it's I forget what I have the paddle shifters in here in case I want to break the car loose or something, I guess. But anyways, this has definitely worked out really well for Phoenix. Is just switching down. So sometimes it jumps back into fourth gear, so you have to go back and put it in the third. But definitely for this track in the turns, you definitely want to drop down to third gear. That's really going to help you out through each turn, and it's going to help you keep the car stable. So definitely very, very helpful for me anyways. So that's my big advice for this track. Now Bristol and Martinsville I have not perfected, but it's going to be about the same for Martinsville. It's going to be a little bit different because you're going to have to stop braking a little bit sooner. This track works out really good because you have the banking and stuff, so that kind of helps you be able to brake through half of the turn to be able to accelerate through the rest of it. But honestly, it's very fun. So currently I have the AI on rookie mode just because I wasn't wanting them to get in my way as I was trying to practice. But it'll be interesting. I want to see, because I had them on veterans mode, so I want to see how they do with this driving style on the my driving style on the short tracks. Kind of want to see how they interact with that. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see here as we pass the identical 43 car there, which is kind of cool. But yeah, definitely very cool. Now I still have this weird, it's like the steering has a lot of slop. It's very strange. It's like you're straight and you straighten out as I get turned here. Thank you. Turning the leader, that's a great way to get your way into the Hall of Fame of idiots. Hey. And this is what's really hard, guys, is getting back as I get turned again. This is the hardest part of the game, guys, is just trying to get back going. Because there is no caution, so that's not going to help you. But also, when you finally do come to a stop, anything you do feels like you're skating on ice. It's a really strange feeling. It's like there is no gravitational force anywhere in the game. It's a very strange feeling because, honestly, the car should not feel like it's on ice when trying to get the car back going. So that's very strange. But yeah, back to the slop. So see, came out, I'm going straight, the car turns to the wall. It doesn't matter which wall, it just turns to the wall automatically, which is kind of strange. So like through here, you're turning, you have the banking, so I don't really notice it. But back here on this backstretch, you're going to see what I'm talking about here. So I'm going to come out of the turn, and I'm going to go straight. Alright, straight, so I overcorrected, so nothing weird happened that time. But usually, when I try to overcorrect, it just goes straight to the wall, which is very, very annoying, very strange. But yeah, there's definitely seems to be a lot of slop in the steering, and steering assist for that matter as well. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but definitely short tracks and road courses, I definitely notice it a lot more. It just seems very sloppy feeling, anyways. Not necessarily that it was made sloppy. It's just the feeling of it is sloppy. It's just it's kind of weird. Yeah, so see, you can get a fairly good race in when you're doing the gear shift down through the turns. So I mean, imagine these guys at a higher AI rating, and I mean, probably have a pretty good race going on here. So I'm definitely having fun. So try to read it, get past him. There we go. One nice feature is the now that was weird. That was weird. So Title Reddick's like a full half car length behind me, and somehow his bumper is still touching the rear end of my car so that it's trying to spin me out. That was weird. So I could feel that because I look back and it's like he ain't that close to me, but I'm still getting spun around for whatever reason. Now where's Joey Logano? I think Joey Logano is way up there, which is irritating, but alas. Alright, so I didn't get into the braking zone like I needed to, so that didn't help. Well, second won't be too bad. But yeah, so far that shift down to third has really helped me, especially with acceleration and having the car being stable. So definitely recommend it for those that want a little bit more of a stabler race around Richmond anyways. It's definitely been good for me anyways. Yeah, we're going to come around and we're going to beat out Carla Joy. Get out of the way! No! But someone spins me out. Nope, okay, no one's... Oh, haha. Coy LaJoy, do not do that. Wow, I just heard someone scream. Wow. That's kind of a cool feature, having the crowd cheer every time you pass a car, but honestly, it does get a little annoying. Once I find a way to get rid of the crowd noise, or at least extremely lower the crowd noise, I will. Because that's a little bit loud there. Well, that was fun! So it'll be interesting to see how it works with a little bit more talented AI. So, gonna go to our next track here. Yeah, so take a look at that very nice. So that's Phoenix. So Phoenix, sometimes it's weird. Sometimes it's considered a short track, sometimes not considered a short track. And I also forgot about New Hampshire. Which isn't, yeah, it's weird. Some people say it is, some people say it isn't. So, Phoenix and New Hampshire are similar in that they're flat and they have a similar driving style. So we'll try New Hampshire here. Not sure what that was weird, but we'll try it out here and see how it does. There's that beautiful Wright Stander paint scheme again. Whee! Into the wall. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. Wow! Okay. That was not enjoyable. Let's see. Get shifting here. Yeah, I think, yeah, with how flat it is, you're definitely going to want to shift down. So I gotta... These are going to be practice laps, people, because we're going to... Whoa, that was weird. There was a light change on my roof. That was very strange. I didn't quite react to it like I should have, but that was very strange looking. Alright, so yeah, definitely you're going to shift down to third into each of these turns. I bet you need to do this at Pocono too. Just be able to have a stabler car as we take out Cody Ware. Ah! That was weird. And now my engine noise has dropped out. By the way, the car turned itself into the wall there by itself. That was weird. But yeah, so definitely third gear is where you're going to want to be in these flat turns. So that's a good note for all of you guys. So shift back down. So I haven't, because I'm in traffic, I haven't found a good braking zone. But yeah, you definitely gotta shift down here. So let me see. We're gonna. Right. So I need to into the wall. Yeah. So I need to brake a little bit sooner. There's Cody where it goes around. Bye bye, buddy. Alrighty here. Now, when re-accelerating, after you've spun out, you do want to shift up. So by the way, guys, so Xbox, what's happening is if you're shifting down, that is the B button, and if you're going to be shifting up, that is Y. And you can't change it around. But when you've spun out, you're going to want to manually shift up prior to the automatic, just because that's going to give you better traction, because you're keeping the RPMs down, which is helping the tires not spin as much. So if you're having trouble getting the car back under control after spinning, you do need to manually shift up prior to basically before you need to shift, you need to shift up. Just be able to help keep the RPMs and wheel spin at a minimum. Maybe I should just call this video Bear's Driving School. I don't know. It's definitely a school for me anyways, because I've definitely had to totally change the way I drive. Because like NASCAR Heat, I remember I never went to shifting. I never really liked the shifting, whereas like with Project Cars 3 and 2, you had the option where it is automatic. The shifting is automatic, but if you wanted to, you could override that and shift whenever you wanted. So this is definitely closer to that. And by the way, since I haven't had any crashes or glitches so far in this video, we will give thanks to Motorsport Games for getting those fixed, as I said, currently. So, but as I said, I'm still experiencing some issues where the game hasn't crashed, but it wants to crash. It's like there's times when loading into the track, it's like buzzing in my eardrum, and then suddenly it pops up and it's fine. But there's still a lot of stuff where it really wants to just crash on me and not run. So it still needs work, but definitely far more playable now with patch 2 than it was. So definitely thankful for that, but still a lot of stuff needs to get fixed. We need cautions, we need stages. I know people don't like stages, but just honestly, it needs to be in there, especially if we can't get cautions. Because if they can't figure out the caution thing, then just put the stages in, and that'll be the caution basically that we can look forward to. So the AI are having a terrific race. I am doing abysmal. But that's because I'm learning the track. I haven't raced at this track or a similar track in Project Cars 3 or anything else, so I only know Heat 4 and 5. So this track is definitely difficult. You see why it's a fun driver's track. because it takes a lot of skill. It's not for crybabies. Because you gotta be wheeling and dealing. Got Ryan Newman up here. I don't remember when Ryan Newman finished the last one. Seems like he ended up pretty high up. So, while we're here trying this out, guys, I'm still learning the ropes here. But yeah, I mean, it's fairly decent. Now, I think what it is that you don't necessarily have to shift down to 3 on these turns. It does kind of depend what your circumstance is, but it is kind of nice because shifting down to 3 helps you slow down a little bit quicker, so you're not having to use brakes as much. And so far, I haven't seen that shifting down or over-revving causes damage to the car yet. So, oh, and that's another thing we need. That's the other big thing here is I'm getting pounded from all sides. Is we need the fuel model, we need the tire model, and we need damage. And you say, but well, it's in the game. Yes, it's in the game, but there is no way for me to see what damage has been caused by this right here. There's nothing. I can't see anything as I'm getting beaten up by Hoof here, Mr. Hoof. But yeah, I can't see where my tires are and where, and I can't see how much fuel I have left, so that needs to be fixed. That needs, well, it doesn't need to be fixed, it just needs to be in the game. That's all it really needs to be. Is like, there's no fixing about it, it just needs to be in it. And so yeah, that's the other issue that still needs to be addressed. Not extremely important for the game, but if you're wanting to say that this game is better than Heat 5, when you don't have Trucks or Xfinity or a really good career mode, you just need to be able to have that in this game. Because right now, Heat 5 still has better features that work better than this game currently. I mean, you could get a pretty good caution and have some really good races on super speedways and everywhere else, even when you have giant wrecks going on. As I get wrecked by Hoof again. So I'm stuck in 3. Hold on, I need to shift down. There we go. There goes William Byron. Oh, William Byron's the leader. Okay. Good job by Willie B. Good job there. Well, that was fun, guys. So that's going to be a fun short track to race. That's going to be good. Alright, so that's a good track. Definitely like that. So we're going to mosey on down here. So, Martinsville. Blue Emu, that's the night race. Let's try the night race. Let's see what the night race is all about. I'm totally in the wrong camera mode. There we go. Ah, I'm in happy mode. I'm in happy camera mode. Ah, Kybush. Howdy, Kybush. Let's see. Yeah, so, yeah, you're going to want to shift down to 3. Yeah, that's definitely, at least, so by the way, guys, I'm suggesting this based on my driving style. So maybe you guys are different. Maybe you like to stay in 4. Maybe some of you like to go down to 2. I don't know. I'm just telling you guys what I'm finding that's working for me. So, yeah, I definitely have to shift down to 3 to get a even remotely controlled race here in Martinsville. So that's what I'm dealing with here. But definitely nice. And by the way, I forgot about the other part of the game that's broken. Bristol Dirt is broken. There is no repair for Bristol Dirt. As I get spun by Kozlowski here, we're gonna stack things up apparently. I'm gonna get sent in the turn. No. But yeah, Bristol Dirt is still broken. That thing. They needed to have called in the guys from Tony Stewart Racing, that game franchise, to get them to work on the dirt track and just let it be what it was, because that game drives a lot better on dirt than whatever the dirt is that they did here. It's more like mud. It's not even dirt. But yeah, definitely, if you want a good dirt experience, try the Tony Stewart games, SRX the game, Tony Stewart's All-American Racing, or Tony Stewart's Sprint Car Racing. Go check out those games. Much better experience dirt racing than that nonsense of a Bristol dirt track that's in this game. So that's the other issue that needs to be fixed. I don't know what they can do to fix that, but it needs to be fixed. It feels terrible, it looks terrible. And, oh, I will have a video out now that I think about it. I'll probably record it today too, now that I'm thinking about all this stuff. I found a way to race Bristol Dirt currently, and it is a guarantee that you will win. Guaranteed. So, look for that video. Ron Newman! Give him a push into the turn. Ron Newman, Ron Newman. So currently, guys, what I've heard through the great everlasting silly season grapevine is Ryan Newman potentially has a job coming with the newly updated and upgraded Rick Ware Racing with Ford Performance, as they will be running at least 2 cars full-time and 1 car possibly full-time if they can get the sponsorship, and possibly just part-time as well. But it sounds like 1 car is going to be part-time. It's going to be full-time, but they're going to have 2 different drivers throughout the season racing in it. The other car that's going to be part-time is going to be like a rotating car with multiple drivers as well. But the one car is going to be left for 1 driver to race full season, and the current front runner that I've heard of is Ryan Newman. Matt DiBenedetto's name is in there, but Ryan Newman actually brings some sponsorship, obviously Coca-Cola, so that kind of sweetens his deal, whereas Matty D, as far as I know, doesn't have any sponsorship, which is honestly is a bummer. I don't see why he shouldn't have a sponsorship of his own, a personal sponsorship, but definitely sounds like Ryan Newman has the best chance. My mouth's getting dry, so I'm talking weird. I can't get my tongue to move. Anyways, but it sounds like Ryan Newman does have the best chance at that. So hopefully that all goes through, and we can have the Rocket Man back in racing. And sounds like as well. So there had been rumors that there would still be no practicing or qualifying next year, but it sounds like currently that there will be 30 minutes of practice and then qualifying session directly afterwards. Which, I mean, I honestly don't mind. I don't mind the fact of not having a full day of practice. I don't mind that too much. I think if you switched it to 45 minutes, I think that would be better. And then the next 15 minutes of stuff is qualifying. I think that sounds a bit better. But hey, you know what? That's me. That's what I would think. But I definitely have seen where the lack of practice has hurt the drivers. Obviously, you've had Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Newman. All of those guys especially have hurt by not having practice, because they're the mechanically minded guys. They could actually look at the car and tell the pit crew what they need, what they're feeling. Whereas the other drivers, honestly, I haven't seen really have that mechanical knowledge. I mean, there's probably some that I don't know of that have that. They're actually able to tell the driver. They know the names of the parts and stuff. They're able to say what they need. But definitely Kyle Busch, Ryan Newman, and Kevin Harvick, those are the guys that I know for sure of that have that bit of on-hands experience with cars. So I think if Ryan Newman can get in with a Rick Ware Racing, get 30 minutes of practice versus the last 2 years of no practice, I think that's going to help him, and it's also going to help Rick Ware Racing. Because one thing that people say is like, oh, Ryan Newman isn't worth much. Okay, so maybe he's not championship caliber. Hey, I don't mind saying that. I mean, maybe he's past his prime. Honestly, I'm not going to judge that because I don't know. It's like I don't like people telling other people that they're past their prime. I think that's a decision that the particular person in question has to make on whether or not they are past their best career. That's up to them. But besides that, I think Ryan Newman's experience is really going to help out with Rick Ware Racing if he does get at that spot, because we saw with Roush that having him on board, their super speedway program went through the roof, and just the stats that he was able to do, he got them into the playoffs, first year being there, and just the overall stats of the team with him and Chris Buescher have just improved dramatically, and it has looked a lot better since he came. And so I think that has really been helpful for the entire team there. But one thing that people don't often talk about is Ryan Newman is a aerodynamic, I forget the exact term, but basically he's an aerodynamic specialist. It's like he went and studied at college for aerodynamics. That is his, I don't know what you'd call it, a doctorate, whatever, I don't know. I don't know the college terms, I don't really care. But he actually studied that stuff, and you can see that's why he has the qualifying results that he does, is because he understands the aerodynamics and knows what the car needs to be able to be good. And so just being able to know that, hey, it's like maybe he's not championship caliber, maybe we won't get a championship if we hire him. But Rick Ware Racing, honestly, if they're not looking at the fact of, Ryan Newman, he knows a lot about aerodynamics, and we're going to have a brand new car that we want to be able to figure out tweaks on and stuff, Ryan Newman's the guy that they're going to need to be able to help them with those aerodynamic tweaks that they should be able to do. So I think in that respect, that's why Ryan Newman is the best choice for them. I don't know who the leader is in this race, but honestly, this is the best Martinsville race I have had in a long time. There's Chase. Oh, Chase Eddy's gonna win. That was a fun race though, guys. So I know I was talking a lot, but honestly, this is more just figuring out the line and stuff. But yeah, that was an enjoyable race. I enjoyed that. But yeah, I think Ryan Newman definitely has a lot to offer a team, and I think it will definitely be good to see him at Rick Ware Racing. So, alrighty guys. So, last track of the day, we're going to go to Bristol. Now, this track I have not been able to... I guess Darlington's a bit of a short track too. But we're going to skip that and race that another time. Bristol Dirt is a disaster currently. But we're going to go to the Bass Pro Shops NRA night race. And we're going to test out the car here. We're gonna leave it at the same. Let's see, where are we at time wise? We're good. Okay, we're gonna bring it down here to 2%, guys. Didn't save. Back. Thank you. All right, there we go. So yeah, I haven't perfected a good driving style for Bristol yet, but definitely been working on it. So we will see how we do here. But I'm thinking by trying out the shifting to the third, I think we might have something going at Bristol. But I'm gonna have to find out. So it's kind of weird. And someone just said yes in my ear. I think this game is possessed, because there is no reason at the very end of that statement that someone should suddenly yell yes in my ear. I don't know. This is weird, guys. This game has been very strange. I don't know why someone just yelled yes in my ear through the speaker. That was very strange. And I'm totally in the wrong camera mode. Here we go. Alrighty, so let's go racing here. Alrighty, so okay, so this is what I'm going to say here. So what you want to do, we're going to try this again. So you don't have to shift all the way down to third to get to the turn as I get spun around by Koi La Hoi Hoi. Alright, so this is what you're gonna, I think this is what you're gonna do if you can not get spun, obviously. As you come into the turn, what you want to do is hit brakes, obviously, but so you don't have to be in third gear through the turn. is basically what I'm saying. But what you do need to do is be able to shift down, just to be able to help get that extra braking to be able to make the turn. So let me see here. Yeah, so see, you don't have to end up actually being in third. You can let the game do an automatic and send you back. But you are going to want to have that shift to be able to slow the car down enough to be able to have an enjoyable race, so to speak, as we spin out the cold custard. And I still don't understand this game's obsession with turning cars into the wall. It's very strange. It's very strange indeed. But anyways, guys, very good. I think if you can get past the AI, which the AI like to turn you a lot, I think this can be a very enjoyable race. Doing exactly what I am doing. So here we go. So I'm gonna go up here on the brakes as we hit the wall. Thank you, Tyler Reddick, for ruining my example. Thank you, Mr. Croissanti. That's his new name, Croissanti. It's a croissant. A buttered, yummy croissanto. By the way, guys, if you haven't tried out a cheddar scratch chicken, make sure you do that. What did I say? Cheddar's scratched chicken? Cheddar's scratched kitchen. If you haven't tried one of those, make sure you do that. They have some awesome food, especially the Monte Cristo sandwich. But anyways, as we go into the turn here, so you shift down, you hit the brakes, but before, yeah, so I mean you can do it. You can get into a good rhythm, and you lift on the brake, and the automatic will shift it back to fourth. But it's really just about shifting it so that you can get a little extra brake going into the turn. So it's not super important where you end up being in gear-wise, but yeah, it's going to help out your race. So, well, that's fun. Okay, so short track racing I have not necessarily mastered, but I figured out how it works. So that's good. So I definitely enjoy that. That's good. So definitely a way to be able to race without having too many issues is good. So that's nice to have. So let's see here. I'm going to try and get some screenshots of this beautiful Wright Stander mower car here. I want a good angle of it though. Let's see. Rah! Ooh, that's good. There we go. There's a good action shot right there. And I'm spinning. No! No! It's really weird how the cars spin. I mean, it is totally like they're on ice. That is one of the strangest feelings I have ever had. So let me know, guys, what do you think about the car? I honestly think it's a success. It looks really good. Looks good on the Chevy Camaro. I did try it on the Ford Mustang. It didn't come out as good, so I definitely think that the Chevy Camaro is the best car to have it on. But let me know what you guys think. The car looks good. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to keep getting some screenshots here, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about the different NASCAR news and stuff that I talked about as I raced around here. And also, let me know if the driving style that I suggested works out for you. Thanks, guys, for watching. And by the way, I am on controller. I'm not on a steering wheel, if that helps you make your decisions on how to race in the game. And thanks, guys, for watching. Bye-bye.